गोपेशा गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि प्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. Welcome to all the devotees to our weekly Bhakti Vaibhav study. So, till last class, we have been discussing this allegorical story of Puranjana, a allegorical story which Nardamni narrating to King Prachinabharahi in order to inspire him to take up bhakti immediately. Because Prachinabharahi became attracted to, of course, we can say that since he was trying to follow the legacy created by his forefathers, but without the spirit, for what purpose they were doing. He was doing ritualistically, was following everything properly only, but spirit was missing. His forefathers were performing it so that devout people can be engaged in devotional activities and go back to Godhead. And he was performing all these rituals only just to take one to Swarga. So the spirit changed, the purpose changed. So Nardamuni came and trying to inspire him what to do, what not to do with the help of a allegorical story. He said, yes, I'm honest. Since my teachers do not know this, they never taught me. They only taught me how to do karma. I've been doing. I will definitely do bhakti. But my sons went to perform austerities. When they come back, I will perform bhakti. I will take up renunciation and practice bhakti 24/7. Then I remember another story. We don't know when you are went to perform austerities to please the Lord. It may take long time also. And we are no guarantee that you will be able to live until then. There is another story of a deer which is enjoying in the green grasses without having the knowledge that in the front there are tigers and jackals, in the back there is a hunter who can pounce upon him and kill him anytime. No guarantee. Both the sides there is a death. So better practice bhakti right now. He said, yes, I will practice bhakti right now. He called all the ministers, told, my dear ministers, please take care of the kingdom until my sons come. Once they come, they will be the next kings, next rulers. I am going to forest to practice bhakti as Nardamuni instructed me. He is my guru. So like that, he went to forest, practiced bhakti and went home back to Godhead. So his story is complete. Now the story of the Pracetas who went to forest to worship Lord Vishnu. On the way they met Lord Shiva. They heard Rudra Gita and they will be practicing bhakti as instructed by Lord Shiva. So what happened to them afterwards is the subject matter of chapter 30. The Pracetas and their austerities. In the 30th chapter, the Pracetas, by praising the Lord, obtain a boon from him. They leave the water, burn the trees, marry the daughter of the trees, and then rule the kingdom happily. So the complete information about these Pracetas is there in this chapter. So this chapter contains 51 verses. So a big chapter. So let us try to discuss as many as possible this week and continue in the next class. In this chapter, we'll get to see that the Pracetas will offer wonderful prayers unto Lord Vishnu. From these prayers, we can understand that the Pracetas are on the transcendental level, the way they are practicing bhakti. In the 4th canto, there are 4 examples of 4 category of devotees. Because in 3rd canto, chapter number 29, Lord Kapila had informed about people in the mode of ignorance also can practice bhakti. People in the mode of passion also can practice bhakti. People in the mode of goodness also can practice bhakti. And people beyond 3 modes also can practice bhakti. But they have their own preconceived notions about how to practice bhakti, why to practice bhakti, etc. So what are those preconceived notions, etc. and what kind of results they will get by practicing the bhakti in such modes? is explained in the 4th canto. First, we have seen Daksha Prajapati, who was also practicing bhakti but in the mode of ignorance for one's own glorification, one's own acknowledgement. Then we saw Dhruva Maharaj is an example of a devotee practicing bhakti in the mode of passion. He wanted a place superior to that of Brahma because he was insulted by his stepmother that he cannot sit on throne lap of the father. And he approached Lord Vishnu with a desire to get something in return. Then Prithu Maharaj is an example of devotee in the mode of goodness because Prithu Maharaj himself is a Lord only, but he is a king. He is acting as a king. He has to set a right ideal example to all the people. And he was restricting the people that please perform your respective worship Varnashrama duties as an offering to Supreme Lord and pray that if you all practice bhakti nicely being a king, I will get 1/6 of your bhakti so that I will get liberated. So he was setting an ideal example of a king in the mode of goodness as administrator. So like that. Now we'll get to see the prachetas, those devotees who are beyond 3 modes and what kind of bhakti they will practice. Their prayers are testimony for such kind of bhakti. And also their teacher, Lord Shiva, is also an example of a devotee beyond 3 modes. And also in 31st chapter, we'll get to see there is Nadamuni. Because they pray to Lord Vishnu that because we had association of Lord Shiva for small time, we have this wonderful darshan of yours. If we have more association of your wonderful devotees, we can have your association for the rest of eternity. Then, for that prayer, they will have the association of Narada Muni in the 31st chapter. So, in that way, Pracetas, Lord Shiva, and Narada Muni. These three are wonderful examples of devotees beyond 3 modes. Devotees in Nirvana platform, transcendental platform. So, like that, the examples of devotees categories given. Daksha Prajapati, mode of ignorance. Dhruva, mode of passion. Prithu, mode of goodness. Prachetas, Lord Shiva, and Narada, beyond 3 modes. So, like that. So, now let us get into this chapter, starting from text number 1 onwards. Vidura remains our Maitreya. Long back, you started some story, went here and there. What happened to that story? Something like that. Vidura desires to hear the rest of the story concerning the Prachetas after hearing about the deliverance of their father, Prachina Barhi, by Narada's instructions, which was narrated in the middle of the discussion of because any story and in between the Prachina Barhi story continued. The story is over now. Now, Vidura requesting, can you please continue the story of Prachetas, about whom you already spoke that they went to they went to perform austerities, but on the way they met Lord Shiva and they heard Rudra Gita. Afterwards, what happened? So that is the context. Please, someone repeat after me. Vidura Uvacha.
Vidura Uvacha.
Etvaya Vihita Brahman.
Etvaya Vihita. Prabhuji, could you please show the shloka?
No, I am showing the slides.
Not seen, Prabhuji.
What about
only
other
that
devotees? Are
summary
able to see the slides?
activities of the Pracheta, that summary slide is seen.
No, I am showing the next slide. What about
Now
other
it is
devotees?
seen. Now it is seen. Yeah.
Ye
Tvaya Bhita. Ye Tvaya Bhita Brahman.
Suta Prachina Barhishat.
Sutah Prachina Barhishah.
Te Rudra Gitena Harim.
Te Rudra Gitena Harim.
Siddhim Apo Pratoshakam.
Siddhim Apo Pratoshayakam. Translation. Is the translation which is written above, Prabhuji? Vidura said, "Oh Brahmana."
No.
Yeah, now I saw. Vidura said, "O Brahmana, what did the sons of Prachini Barhi, whom you mentioned, attain after satisfying the Lord by chanting the song of Shiva?" Thank you.
ये त्वया अभिहिता ब्रह्मन् स्तुता प्राचीन परिषत् ते रुद्रगीतेन हरिं सिद्धिम् आपुः प्रतोषिकाम्. So you told long back that Pracetas met Lord Shiva on the way, and Lord Shiva taught them Rudra Gita. Lord Shiva told them that if you chant this mantra and worship the Supreme Lord by performing tapasya, very soon you will be successful. You will get to see the Lord. You will please the Lord. Like that he said. So now I want to hear about how did they please the Lord. That is the question. Satisfying the Lord, what boon did they receive? How did they satisfy the Lord and what blessings they received from the Supreme Lord? This is the question. So now, second verse. Kim barhaspatyeha paratravata
Kimba rahaspateha paratravath
kaivalyanata priyaparshvavartinah.
कैवल्यनाथ प्रियपार्श्ववर्तिनः
आसाद्य देवं गिरिशं यदृच्छया
आसाद्य देवं गिरीशं यदृच्छया
प्रापो परं नूनमतः प्रचेतसा.
प्रापूपरं नूनमथ प्रचेतसः. My dear Brihaspatya, what did the sons of King Barishat, known as the Pracetas, obtain after meeting Lord Shiva, who is very dear to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the bestower of liberation? Certainly they were transferred to the spiritual world. But apart from that, what did they obtain within this material world, either in this life or in the other lives?
So here the question is, oh disciple of Brahaspati, oh oh Maitreya Rishi, oh bestower of liberation, because your teachings will bestow liberation to anyone. What excellent benediction did the Pracetas, who are dear associates of Lord Shiva, achieve in this world and in the next after meeting him by will of providence? So telling that since they have learned so much from Lord Shiva, they must have performed great austerities. As a result, they must have met Lord Vishnu. After meeting Lord Vishnu, what blessings they received in this life and what blessings they received after this life. That means what was the destiny promised for them after their life by Lord Vishnu. Because meeting Lord Vishnu will not go in vain. It always award fruitful results. So I want to know all the fruitful results that they obtained in the very lifetime and beyond the life. Have they gone back to Godhead? Or are they still staying in this world? Something like that. What happened to the destiny of the 10 Pracetas? So please narrate all these things about the Pracetas. That was the question. Disciple of Brahaspati. It is well known that Maitreya and Uddhava became the disciples of Brahaspati to obtain some particular knowledge. So, if you remember, third canto, 8th chapter, there was a discussion about how Lord Sankarsana spoke the Bhagavatam to 4 Kumaras, and then Sanat Kumara spoke the same Bhagavatam to Sankyana Rishi. Sankyana Rishi spoke the same Bhagavatam to Brahaspati, and Brahaspati and Parashara, both. And Parashara and Brahaspati spoke the same Bhagavatam to Maitreya Rishi. So in that way. And also, Brahaspati also spoke the same Bhagavatam to Uddhava. He spoke the same Bhagavatam to Uddhava for a month. And Uddhava repeated the same Bhagavatam to the queens of Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna had 16,108 queens. After Lord Krishna's departure, 8 queens enter into Sati, but the remaining 16,100 queens who were married by Lord Krishna after rescuing from the captivity of Narakasura or Bhaumasura. So these queens were taken by Parikshit Maharaj and Vajranabha to Vrindavan, and they were taken to Govardhan, where they met Uddhava at Manas Sarovar, and Uddhava took them on the other side of Govardhan. That place is known as Uddhava Betak. There he spoke Bhagavatam for 1 month, 30 days, hearing which the transcendental pastimes of Lord Krishna revealed in front of the eyes of all the queens of Lord Krishna, and also Uddhava as well as Vajranabha. And immediately all the queens transformed themselves into the gopis, and they entered into the Aparakata Leela of Krishna, and they performed all the pastimes that they have heard, which Lord Krishna performed with the gopis, now with the queens who transformed into gopis just now, after hearing 1 month Bhagavad Katha. So that Bhagavatam which he had heard from Brospati spoke, as well as not only that, and Uddhava when he went to Vrindavan, after Lord Krishna came to Mathura, promising that day of tomorrow I will come back, but Krishna did not go. But instead of that, he had sent Uddhava to convey to the Gopi that very soon I will come. Please don't be disheartened. So though I promised I will come back in 2 days, but I could not come because of various reasons. But very soon very soon I will be coming. That message was sent by Uddhava. But after giving that message, Uddhava stayed there for 2 months. In those 2 months, all Krishna's pastimes were narrated by gopis unto Uddhava. So Uddhava had heard Bhagavatam from both Uddhava as well as gopis. And that Bhagavatam is narrated to queens who transformed into gopis and went back home back to Godhead. And here we also remember that that same Brahaspati also spoke to our Maitreya Muni. So that Bhagavatam we are hearing now. So in that way. What best thing did the Pracetas obtain in this world and the next? What did they do to meet with Lord Shiva? What is the description of the Pracetas who got the mercy of Lord Shiva? How did they happen to meet Lord Shiva and its own, etc., etc.? Of course, it already happened, but they're kind of continuing. Maitreya will respond. Maitreya Uvacha.
Maitreya Uvacha.
Pracetasontar Udadau.
Prachetafo anta udado.
Pitur Adeshakarinaha.
Pitur adefakarinah.
Japa Yajnena Tapasa.
Japa agena tapafah.
Puranjanam Atoshayan.
Puranjanam atofayam. The great sage Maitreya said, the sons of King Prachetavarahi, known as the Pracetas, underwent severe austerity within the sea water to carry out the order of their father. By chanting and repeating the mantra given by Lord Shiva, they were able to satisfy Lord Vishnu, the supreme personality of the Godhead. Hare Krishna.
Now Maitreya responding. Following the instructions of their father Prachinavarhi, within the ocean, the Prachetas satisfied the Supreme Lord by chanting Lord Shiva's prayer, known as Rudragita, accompanied by austerity. Japa Yajnana Tapasa. They performed tapasya, they also performed Japa Yajna. What Japa Yajna? They chanted Rudra Gita, which was given to them by Lord Shiva. So long time they performed tapasya. As a result of that, they satisfied the Supreme Lord Vishnu, as promised by Lord Shiva. They satisfied Lord Vishnu by chanting Lord Shiva's prayer, Japa Yajnena. How long he performed tapasya? That is mentioned in the next sloka. Dashavarsha Sahasrante
Dasavarsha Sahasrante
Purushastu Sanatanaha
Purushastu Sanatanaha
Tesham Avirabhut Krichram
Tesham Avirabhut Kruchram
Santena Shamayan Rucha.
Santena Samayan Rucha. At the end of 10,000 years of severe austerities performed by the Pracetas, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, to reward their austerities, appeared before them in his very pleasing form. This appealed to the Pracetas and satisfied the labor of their austerities.
After 10,000 years, the eternal Supreme Lord appeared to them and mitigated their austerities by soothing beauty. So now, how long they performed tapasya? Dasha Varsha Sahasrante. So 10,000 years. At the end of 10,000 years of tapasya and also chanting Rudra Gita, the Supreme Lord made his appearance to Pracetas and mitigated their pain due to austerities. Because the reason is, maybe in the next verse we'll come to know, they did not perform tapasya on the land. Instead, they performed tapasya inside the water. So doing something inside the water is very difficult than doing something in the land. So in that, Santena should be Santaya. So in this way, we can understand that performing tapasya also causes a lot of fatigue. But when one has darshan of the Lord, all fatigue will be nullified. One becomes completely satisfied. So in that. So now, being satisfied by their tapasya for 10,000 years, that too inside the waters in the lake, Lord appeared. What kind of form of the Lord appeared to them in front of his next section? The description of Lord's transcendental beauty. Hare Krishna, all of you are able to follow what we are discussing?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes,
Yes,
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Okay.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Suparna Skanda Marudo
Suparna skandam arudho
Meru Shrungam Ivambuda
Eru shringam ivam buddha
Pitavasa Manigriva
Pitavasa manigriva
Purvan Vitimiradisaha.
Purvan viti miradisha. Translation: the personality of Godhead appearing on the shoulder of Garuda seemed like a cloud resting on the summit of the mountain known as Meru. The transcendental body of the personality of Godhead was covered by attractive yellow garments, and his neck was decorated with the jewel known as Kaustuba Mani. The bodily effulgence of the Lord dissipated all the darkness of the universe.
Yeah. Next 3-4 verses we will talk about the beauty of the Supreme Lord. How Lord made the appearance to Pracetas? Riding on the shoulders of Garuda, Suparna Skanda Maruda. The Lord appeared like a cloud on the peak of Mount Meru, Meru Shrungam Iva Ambubi. So, Garuda is compared to the Meru, and a cloud on top of Meru is Lord Vishnu. Wearing yellow cloth, wearing Pitambara Vasa, with a jewel around his neck, Manigriva, he illuminated the directions. So now this was the direct description of the Supreme Lord. The Lord dispelled the darkness of all the directions which was Supreme Lord. Now, the Lord's beauty is further described. Kashishnuna kanaka varna vibhushanena
काशिष्णुना कनकवर्णविभूषणेन
Prajat kapolavadano vilasat kiritah
भ्राजत्कपोलवदनो विलसत्किरीटः
अष्टायुधैरनुचरैर्मणिभिः सुरेन्द्रैर्
अष्टायुधैरनुचरैर्मुनिभिः सुरेन्द्रैः
आसेवितो गरुडकिन्नरगीतकीर्ति
आसेवितो गरुडकिन्नरगीतकीर्ति. The Lord's face was very beautiful, and his head was decorated with a shining helmet and golden ornaments. The helmet was dazzling and was very beautifully situated on his head. The Lord had 8 arms, which each held a particular weapon. The Lord was surrounded by demigods, great sages, and other associates. These were all engaged in his service. Garuda, the carrier of God, glorified the Lord with Vedic hymns by flapping his wings. Garuda appeared to be an inhabitant of the planet known as Kinnaraloka.
So Lord's further darshan is described here. His cheeks shone because of his bright gold earrings with colorful gems. So in the previous verse, there is a discussion about the Lord was seated on top of the Garuda, and as Lord is coming from the far, it appeared as if there is a cloud, a blue cloud upon golden Meru. Garuda was like Meru, and Lord is like a blue cloud. And as he coming close, they could see Lord wearing yellow cloth, and there is a Kaustubamani jewel around his neck, and he was illuminating all directions. As Lord comes close, then they could see the face. The cheeks shone because his cheeks shone because of his bright gold earrings with colorful gems. The Makara Kundala, the both kundalas are Kanakas, they're like Kashi Shuna, Kanakavarna, Vibhushanena. Because the golden Makara Kundalas are brightly shining, as a result of that, both the cheeks of the Lord are shining brightly. And his head was a brilliant crown. Beautiful mukut is there. And he was surrounded by 8 weapons. So now the Pracetas are able to see the 8 arms of the Lord holding 8 weapons. And he was surrounded by 8 weapons in the personified form. Servants, sages, and devatas. Garuda and Kinnara sang his glories. The Lord accompanied by so many him. And also the Garuda is singing and Kinnaras are also singing his glories. This is Lord's appearance. His cheeks shone because the earrings of gold studded with various colorful jewels. And the next verse, which describes the beauty of the Supreme Lord. Pinayatashtavujamandalamadhyalakshmya
पीनायतताष्टभुजमण्डलम् अध्यलक्ष्म्या
स्पर्धक्श्रिया परिवृतो वर्णमालयाध्या
स्पर्धश्रिया परिवृतो वनमालयाद्यः
पर्हिस्मता पुरुषाः सुतान् प्रपन्नान्
बर्हिष्मतः पुरुष आह सुतान् प्रपन्नान्
पर्जन्यनादरुतया सगृणावलोका
पर्जन्यनादरुतया सघृणावलोकः. Translation. Around the neck of the personality of Godhead hung a flower garland that reached to his knees. His 8 stout and elongated arms were decorated with that garland, which challenged the beauty of Goddess of Fortune. With a merciful glance and a voice like thunder, the Lord addressed the sons of King Prachini Parishat, who were very much surrendered unto him.
Then it is further described, accompanied by Mother Lakshmi, who competed with the beauty of his array of 8 long, thick arms. The Lord, wearing a garland with merciful glance, spoke to the surrendered sons of Prachinabari in a thunderbolt voice. So previous verses described the beautiful form of the Lord. Now verse says, Mother Lakshmi is also coming along with Lord Vishnu, and Mother Lakshmi is trying to compete with the beauty of the Lord. Both of them are saying that who is beautiful, who is more beautiful, something like that. And Lord spoke to the Pracetas with a thunderous voice. Parjanya Nada Rutaya. Parjanya is clouds, the rain pouring clouds. How the rain pouring clouds make sounds, rumbling clouds, same way is speaking. He appeared with Mother Lakshmi, who competed with the beauty of his arms. He spoke with a voice making a sound like the clouds. He had a merciful glance. Sagruh Navaloka. So that was the qualities of the Lord. So with all these things, the Lord is beginning to speak now. So from text number 8 to 20, Lord speaks. And 21 onwards, the Pracetas offer prayers. That is the chapter. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha. Somebody please repeat.
Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. Mataji Padmini.
Varam Vrinidvam Bhadram Vo.
Varam Vrunidvam Bhadram Vo.
Yoyam me Rupanandana.
Yuyam me Nrupanandanaha.
Sahrudane Sauridena Buddha.
Sauruhadena Pruthak Dharma.
Tustoham Saurudena Va.
Tushto Aham Saurudena Vaha. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, My dear sons of the King, I am very much pleased by the friendly relationships among you. All of you are engaged in one occupation, devotional service. I am so pleased with your mutual friendship that I wish you all good fortune. Now you may ask a benediction of me.
Yeah, the very first verse, Lord says that Tushtoham Sahrudenava. I am very much pleased by your Sahurdena, well-wishing nature of each others. You don't have any personal agenda. You people are a best example of the well-wisher of others. The Lord said, all good fortune unto you. Please choose a benediction. O sons of King Prachinabadhi, by your mutual friendship, you have the same qualities. I am pleased with your friendship. Sahardena Apurtak Dharmas. They don't have different ambitions, different goals, different purposes. No. They all are one person in 10 bodies. That is the way the Pracetas are brought up. Even though there are 10 people, but they are all one person only. So I am completely pleased with your friendship. So that was the first thing the Lord is indicating. The same way we can understand that the Lord will be pleased by such mentality. Whoever has such a mentality, the Lord definitely will be pleased. Param Vrinidvam Badram Vo Yuyam Me Pripanandana Sahade Tushtoham Saurdena. Whoever has the well-wishing friendly towards everyone, such kind of people will be able to please the Supreme Lord very quickly. Next chapter 431, Narada Muni will also tell the same thing. How can we please the Supreme Lord very quickly? He will also tell the same thing. He says that Santushta ena kenava Sarvendriyopashantya cha Tushyati asu Janardana. The Janardana will be very much very easily pleased, very soon pleased. I say Daya Sarvabhuteshu. He whoever shows mercy upon all the living entities. Santushta ena kenava. Whoever is satisfied by whatever one has. And the third one is Sarvendriyopashantyacha. Whoever keeps their senses, mind and senses under control. Not freely engaging here and there everywhere, but whole and solely surrender to Bhakti. Such people are very much pleasing to Supreme Lord. So here it is. The Lord says, I am very much satisfied with all of you. Please ask for a benediction. Because I am pleased with all of you because all of you are same mentality. Even though you are different, same mentality. Always. Then Lord says, Yo anusmarati sanjayam
Yo anusmarti sandhyayam
yusman anudinam naraha
yufman anudinam narah
tasya bharistu atmasamyam
tasya bhratruf atmafayam
tata bhuteshu sahrudam.
tata bhute fauhridam. The Lord continued, those who remember you every evening of every day will become friendly with their brother and with all other living entities. Hare Krishna.
Your Lord says, one who remembers you, brothers, daily in the evening will have friendship to all beings and a close friendship with his brothers. There are two things. Those who hear your pastimes regularly, they have friendship with all the living entities and they also have a friendship with their own brothers. Yeah. This is the greatness of 10 Pracetas. Anyone who ever hears more and more about the Pracetas, they develop friendship with all the living entities and also they also have friendly dealings with their flowers. So it seems very easy, but very difficult. If you want to gain this particular benediction, we need to hear about the Pracetas continuously. Of course, we have heard a little bit in the past, and we are going to hear this chapter next chapter. When we hear their prayers, we really understand, yes, this is true. Whatever statement Lord made, what blessing Lord will to you, is actually true. Then Lord further continues, Etumam Rudra Gitena
Etu matrudegena
Sayam Prata Samahita
Fayam prata famahita
Tuvanti Aham Kamavaran
Iftuvanti aham kamavaran
Dase pragnam cha shobhanam.
दासे प्रज्ञां च शोभनाम्. Those who will offer me the prayer composed by Lord Shiva, both in the morning and in the evening, will be given benediction by me. In this way, they can both fulfill their desire and attain good intelligence. Hare Krishna.
Hmm. To those who with attention in the morning and in the evening glorify me by the song of Lord Shiva, Rudra Gita, I'll give anything they desire. And glorious wisdom. They said that one quality of yours is Avrudena. Second quality is you are friendly with each other. Third quality, you are friendly with entire universe. And fourth quality is you sang the prayers offered by Lord Shiva, Rudra Gita. Not only you, but anyone, whoever chants the prayers offered by Lord Shiva, I will bless them profusely. I'll give anything they desire and also glorious wisdom. So in that way, I give this to others. How much more I'll give to you? Even others who chant Rudra Gita, I'll be pleased with them, I'll give them. But you are by nature, you are self-controlled and you are simply asking one opportunity to serve the deities. So how can I say? So like that. Yadyuyam pituradesham.
Yat yuyam pituradevam
Agrahishta mudhanvita
agrahifta muda avanta
ato va ushati kirtir
ato va ufati kirti
lokan anubhavishyati.
lokan anubhavishyati. Because you have with pleasure accepted within your heart the order of your father and have executed those orders very faithfully. Your attractive qualities will be celebrated all over the world. Hare Krishna.
Because you accepted the order of your father with joy, you will have attractive fame in the world. Another qualification of Pracetas is they perfectly followed the instructions of their father. Their father told them, please go to forest and perform austerities, please Lord Vishnu, then come back home and become the ruler. Lord said, following the orders of fathers and gurus is not easy. It is very tough. And you people followed everything exactly what your father said. So I'm very much pleased with you. So like that. And people will glorify you as one of the best examples of the followers of the orders of the father. So in that way, Lord Rama is also known as the follower of Lord Father's words. So because even father did not tell him directly. Lord Dashrath Maharaj gave some boon to Kaikeyi long back, and now Mantra reminded, and Kaikeyi said Rama should go to forest. And Dashrath Maharaj did not say. Kaikeyi only told, I asked this benediction from your father, and your father did not even give me properly. But Lord Rama followed. My dear mother, you don't worry. You order me, I will follow. What to speak of my father? I will definitely follow whatever you say. I'll go to forest for 14 years. Hare Krishna. So we went. So next, Lord further speaks. Bhavita Vishruta Putro.
भविता विश्रुतः पुत्रो
नवमो ब्रह्मणो गुणै
नवमो ब्रह्मणो गुणैः
य एताम् आत्मवीर्येण
य एताम् आत्मवीर्येण
त्रिलोकीं पूरयिष्यति.
त्रिलोकीं पूरयिष्यति. Translation: You will have a nice son who will be in no way inferior to Lord Brahma. Consequently, he will be very famous all over the universe, and the sons and grandsons generated by him will fill the three worlds. Hare Krishna.
You will have a famous son, not less in qualities than Brahma. Navamo Brahmano Gunai. He is nowhere less than Brahma. And he will fill the three worlds, Bhuloka, Bhuvarloka, Swargaloka, with his offsprings. So, Lord is doing that. The thing is that what kind of blessings they receive, what kind of blessings they now the blessings is that are mentioning. One is the Lord is completely satisfied and they get glory. They will be known as the follower of the words of the words of parents. And also they will have a son who will fill the entire population for the universe. He is like Brahma. The son of the heirs is no less than Brahma. This is another benediction they obtain in this world, in this lifetime. Is their son will not be less than Lord Brahma in qualities. His qualities and his activities. So that is the blessing they received in this life only. This is the blessing life. ब्रह्म जैसा पुत्र मिलेगा उनको. So now the question will come. पुत्र मिलेगा but पत्नी तो मिलना चाहिए ना पहले. पत्नी के बिना पुत्र कैसे आएगा? Without wife, how can one have children? And who is their wife? Now we will talk about the wife. Lord only arranging their marriage, just like Lord arranged the marriage. He also appears to confirm Ketu in his world. They confirm from now.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji can't hear you.
Yes,
Okay,
Prabhuji.
not at all or little bit.
Yes, Prabhuji. Can't hear you.
Now you are able to hear me?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji, but little low.
Oh, in between you are not able to hear. So that could be because of the interruption in the internet. Wait, just give me a minute. I'll just go out of the room. Maybe network may not be good here. Hare Krishna, now you are able to hear me little better?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Okay, no problem. So now, in the previous verse, Lord spoke about the son who is no less than Brahma. Now, the wife, the details of their wife will be mentioned now. Kando pramlochaya labdha. Hare Krishna, someone please repeat. Kando pramlochaya labdha.
Kando Pramlochaya Labda
Kanya Kamalalochana
Kanya Kamalalochana
Tam Chapaviddam Jagrur
Tam Chapavidham Jagrur
Puruha Nrupanandana.
Bhuruha Nrupanandana. O son of King Prachin Barisar, the heavenly society girl named Pramlocha kept the lotus-eyed daughter of Kandu in the care of the forest trees. Then she went back to the heavenly planet. This daughter was born by the coupling of the Apsara and named Pramlocha with the sage Kandu.
O sons of the king, a lotus-eyed daughter was born to the heavenly woman Pramlocha by the sage Kandu. The trees accepted her after Pramlocha gave her up. So now there was a history. At one point of time, Kandu Muni was performing tapasya in a forest, and a beautiful Apsara happened to pass by. Her name is Pramlocha. And somehow Kandu Muni was for a momentarily became attracted to her, and Kandu married her, and eventually they gave birth to a child. That was the story of this girl who will be their wife. Who will be the wife of Pracetas that bears us the son? This is explained in the next three verses. O sons of the king, for a long time the sage Kandu enjoyed with Pramlocha, who was sent by Indra to break his austerity. So Kandu Muni was performing tapasya. Indra was afraid. Why Kandu Muni performing so much tapasya? Does he want Indra Asan, the throne of Indra? Something like that. He was a little bit worried. And he sent a Pramlocha to check his determination, to check his tapabal. So Pramlocha came and he became attracted to her, and both got married. And then eventually, as the result of that marriage, a daughter was born. When the daughter was born, Pramlocha said, enough is enough, I am going back to Swarga. She then returned to Swarga after leaving the child in the trees. In a sense, she put the child next to Kandumuni and went. And Kandumuni is also worried, hey, मैं तो sage था, मैं तो ब्राह्मण तपस्या कर रहा था इधर. What is this? What will I do with this little baby? So Kandumuni kept the baby under the care of the trees. Oh trees, you please take care of this baby. And Kandumuni went on the other side. Pramlocha went on the other side. The baby was left with the trees. So now, one interesting thing happened. Because it was who wanted to break the tapasya of Kandumuni and sent that lady, Pramlocha. Tapasya was broken, but the result is the child. And both of them went to this side that time, and child was left alone. Who will take care of the child? He told trees to take care, but trees can take care only when the child grows up. When child becomes grown up, then the child can nourish by the fruits and all other things. But right now the child is infant. So what trees can do? How the trees can feed the small baby? No, they cannot. Took the responsibility upon himself. मेरा वजह से, because of me only the child was born. I cannot be negligent of that baby. So Indra himself will come and he will take care of the baby for some time until the baby grow up. So that is being described now in the next verse. Shamaya Mukhe Raja
Shamaya Mukhe Raja
Somaha Piyusha Varshinim
Somaha Piyusha Varshinim
Teshinim Deshinim Rodamanaya
Deshinim Rodamanaya
Nidadesa Dayanvitaha.
Nidadhe Sa Dayanvitaha. Translation. Thereafter the child who was left to the care of the trees began to cry in hunger. At that time the king of the forest, namely the king of the moon planet, out of compassion placed his finger, which poured forth nectar, within the child's mouth. Thus the child was raised by the mercy of the king of the moon. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. So Indra took the responsibility and he requested moon god. Hey, moon god, anyway, you are very closely connected to the trees. The trees are nourished by you and you are feeding food to everyone. Please feed the food to this small baby also. Because it is the moon god who is feeding the devatas, it is the moon god who is feeding the other jivas, it is the moon god who is feeding all of us. It is by the moon rays we are getting the food, the juices in the food. If food is grown also because of moon rays only, everything is by moon. So Indra requested moon, please feed this newborn baby also, do something for her. Then moon came and did something. Soma, the king of the trees, being compassionate, placed his forefinger, which poured with nectar into the mouth of the child, who was crying because of hunger. The baby was crying because of the hunger and thirst. Then Indra told Soma, please do something. Then Soma came. His forefinger he kept in the mouth of the baby. That forefinger produced Somarasa, the nectar. Just like moon god provides Somarasa to everyone, one and all, and his forefinger, like mother's nipple, it gave milk, which is nothing but the Somarasa, which will nourish that baby for long time to come. It is not that every day you don't have to feed that baby. Once he gave Somarasa, that is enough for the baby to grow to the youth. Soma is well known as the king of the trees because he is the nourisher of the trees, so he is known as the king of the trees. So in that way. Now, further, Lord Vishnu continues. So what happened then? Praja Visarga Adishta
Praja Visarga Adishta
Pitra Mam Anuvartata
Pitra Manuvartata
Tatra Kanyam Vararoham
Tatra Kanyam Varoroham
Tam Udvahatamachiram.
Tam Udvahatamachiram. Since all of you are very much obedient to my orders, I ask you to immediately marry that girl who is so well qualified with beauty and good qualities. According to the order of your father, create progeny through her.
Since Soma fed her Somarasa, in no time she became youthful baby, youthful girl. So now she is ready for marriage. So Lord Vishnu is telling that please marry her. Ordered by your father who is obedient to me to produce progeny. Please go to that place and marry this beautiful young woman without delay. Your father gave, because anyway, the Prachinabari now no more. Your father come back that go to forest, perform austerities, get the blessings of the Lord, come back, get married, become the king, and rule the kingdom. He gave the complete orders what they are supposed to do the entire life and beget progeny who will carry forward the legacy in the future. So your father gave you certain orders, till now you followed everything nicely. For the future also you have to follow very nicely. Some of the orders that you have to follow in the future are, you need to get married and you need to get a good child who can carry forward the legacy, ruling over the people. Now, I request you, I urge you that all of you go to that forest where the baby is raised up by the taken care by the trees and marry that girl and through her produce progeny who will carry forward your legacy. So like that, Lord is telling them. So Lord is arranging their marriage also, whom they should be married. Interesting. Lord is telling all 10 prachetas, all 10 of you should marry one girl only. Not that there are 10 girls and you have to marry 10 girls. No. The first example of many men marrying one girl was during Swayambhu Manvantara, where the four Pitrus who were produced by Brahma, they married the 15th daughter of Daksha Prajapati. Daksha gave birth to 16 daughters. Daksha who married Akuti. Devhoti, sorry, Prasuti. Akuti, Devhoti, Prasuti. Prasuti married Prasuti. Through Prasuti, he gave birth to total 16 daughters. These three daughters were the daughters of, these three were the daughters of Swayambhu Manu. Swayambhu Manu's youngest daughter married Daksha and she gave birth to 16 daughters. The 16th one was Sati, whose episode we read very elaborately in the beginning of this canto. And then one daughter before her, elder sister of father, alone married for Pitru.
We can't hear you, Prabhuji.
Prabhuji, you can't hear you.
Hare Krishna. I am
Prabhuji.
saying in the beginning, Swayambhu Manvantara, the four Pitru brothers who were produced by Lord Brahma married one girl, Swada, the 15th daughter of Daksha Prajapati. And now, Lord is arranging another marriage where 10 Pracetas are going to marry one girl, the girl of the Kandumuni and Pramalocha. And very recently, at the beginning of the current Kali Yuga, our 5 Pandavas, they married one Draupadi. These are some notable examples of polyandry. One woman marrying many husbands. Normally we see in the history that one
No voice.
Hare Krishna. None of you are able to hear me? Hare Krishna.
Yes,
Sometimes
Prabhuji, we were not able to hear you.
Sorry, here network is not so good. That's why it is happening like this. So, but anyway, yeah. So these were the 3 examples, as I was mentioning that Daksha's 15th daughter, Swada marrying 4 Prithu Devatas, and 10 Prachetas marrying one girl, and 5 Pandavas marrying one Draupadi. There are only 3 examples in the history of polyandry. One woman marrying many husbands. So in that way. So Lord is saying here, you have been ordered by your father, who is obedient to me. Go there and marry that girl who was raised by the trees, who was taken care by the trees. So in that way. Then Lord further continues. Aprutak dharma shilanam. Hare Krishna, someone please.
Apritik dharma shilanam.
Sarvesham va sumadhyama.
Sarvesham vasu madhyama.
Aprutak dharma shileyam.
Apritik dharma shileyam.
Bhuyat patni arpitashayam.
Bhuyat patni arpitashaya. You brothers are all of the same nature, being devotees and obedient sons of your father. Similarly, that girl is also the same type and is dedicated to all of you. Thus, both the girl and you, the son of Prachin Barishat, are on the same platform, being united on a common principle.
Lord says, the slender waisted girl, fully surrendered with qualities and conduct similar to yours, Aprutak Dharma Shila Iyam, should be the wife of all of you. Vaha Sarvesham Patni Bhuya. Okay, the eldest among you should marry her. No. All 10 of you should marry her. Since your conduct and qualities are of one nature. Though you are 10 people, behavior is one. All of you are like one person only. So all of you should be one girl. And her conduct and your conduct is similar to each other. So all of you can gel well together. So please, 10 of you marry her. That was the instruction of Lord Vishnu. Lord Vishnu himself is authenticating this marriage. Just like Vyasadeva authenticated the marriage of 5 Pandavas with Draupadi in the Mahabharata. So like that. How can all of us marry one girl? That is the question. Your qualities and conduct are one, though you are many. This is my blessing, and thus all faults visible and invisible are mitigated. Don't worry. Don't worry about the society, what society will say. Because all of you are 10 people, but all of your conduct is one only. You are all think like together, behave like together, and act like together. You people do not have different opinions and different interests in life. All of you have one opinion, one interest in life. So though you are 10 people, but you are all one person only. So all of you can marry her, no issue. No one will say anything. Apratak dharma shilasya. Pratak means alag. Apratak means there is no alag dharma. All of your dharma is one only. Then you are all good as one person. So like that. Then what? So the father's instructions were, all of you should perform tapasya, please the Lord, get Lord's blessings, get married, become the king, rule the kingdom. By the way, beget children who will continue the rule in the kingdom. Now they should rule the kingdom. Now Lord will talk about the rule of the kingdom. See, let us see. Divya Varsha Sahasranam
Divyavarsha Sahasranam
Sahasram Ataujasaha
Sahasram Ahatau Jasaha
Bhauman Bhokshata Bhoganvai
Bhauman Bhokshata Bhoganvai
Divyam Chanugrahan Mama.
Divyam Chanugrahan Mama. The Lord then blessed all the Prachetas, saying, My dear princess, by my mercy you can enjoy all the facilities of this world as well as the heavenly world. Indeed, you can enjoy all of them without hindrance and with full strength for 1,000,000 celestial years.
Yeah. With power undiminished. Ahata Ojasa. That means you people will never become old. You will remain young, youthful, energetic only. For how long? For 3000 Devata years, you will enjoy. Divya Varsha Sahasranam. So Divya Varsha means Devata years. Sahasrana means thousands. So why 3000 comes here? We'll see that. Divya Varsha Sahasranam. You will enjoy 1,000 earthly and heavenly pleasures by my mercy. Sahasranam is mentioned. Thousands of years. How many thousands? 3000. Why? Because in Sanskrit we have Ekavachan, Dvivachan, and Bahuvachan. When you say one means one, when you say two means two, when you say three means 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and many, unlimited. And 3 and anything above is considered to be 3. So when you say Sahasranam, thousands of years, how many thousands of years? At least 3000 years. It can be more also, but at least 3000 years, minimum 3000 years. The minimum that much time, may all of you rule and experience the blessings of 1,000 folds of the heavenly opulences. So like that, our Lord is blessing them. For thousands of divine years, you will enjoy 1,000 or unlimited pleasures. Here the phrase thousands of divine years means 3000. The plural number means 3 according to Kapinjala Labhena Nyaya. There is a Nyaya called as Kapinjala Labhena. So which says at least one should offer 3 offerings in a yajna. Any yajna that you do, anything that you do, you should offer at least 3 times. If you do 3, it is as good as you have done it 100 times, 1,000 times, crore times also. That's why we hear that whenever we go to temple, at least make 3 parikramas. If you make 3 parikramas, which is equal to you have done thousands of parikramas. Whether it is a temple or holy place, if you do 3 parikramas, that is equal to doing thousands of parikramas. That is this Naya. Kapinjala Labena Nyaya. If you offer 3 oblations, that is as good as offering thousands of oblations. So same way, thousands of years means 3,000 years, at least 3. It can be many also, but at least just to say, keep it in limit, 3,000 years. That too not ordinary years. Divya Varsha, 3,000 Devata years. So when you say Devata years, 360 into 3 into 1,000. How many years it will be? That many years, like very long time they will enjoy the kingdom, remain youthful. Because they performed tapasya for 10,000 long years. They should get blessings also accordingly. So in that way, 360 into 3 into 1,000. So like 1,000 into 1,000. So 10 lakh years, 1 million years they can enjoy. So that is what Prabhupada writes in the translation. So then Lord further continues. Then what? Okay, they are ruling. That means you are blessing us materially only. You are giving us a wife. You are giving us a name, fame. You are giving us enjoyments. And like this, that much? Is that for which we perform tapasya for so long, 10,000 years? Like that one may question. Now Lord is assuring something more in the last 3 verses. Hare Krishna, Abhay Keshav Prabhu, kindly mute. Anyone has any questions till now?
No, Prabhu.
No, Prabhu.
No questions. Atamai anapayanya.
Athamai anapayanya.
Bhaktya pakva gunashayah.
Bhaktya pakva gunasaya.
Upayashyata maddama.
Upasayatha madhama.
Nirvidya nirayadataha.
Nirvidya nirayad ataha. Translation. Thereafter, you will develop unadulterated devotional service unto me and be freed from all material contamination. At that time, being completely unattached to material enjoyment in the so-called heavenly planets, as well as in hellish planets, you will return home back to Godhead.
O men, whose hearts have all gunas burned up by undiminished bhakti, after earthly enjoyment, disgusted with all material places which are equivalent to hell, you will attain my abode. Even though you will enjoy thousands of heavenly opulences for 3,000 Devata years, still in spite of that, you will never become attracted or attached to material opulences. You remain indifferent to all the material enjoyments, and after that, you will come to my abode, my spiritual abode. It's like that. That is the blessing of the Lord. Even though they are living in the midst of material opulences, they are indifferent to all the material opulences, and then they will go back, come back to Godhead. So this is the understanding. Oh men, in whose hearts the material gunas have been burnt up by bhakti. Your bhakti is so much, there will be no influence of 3 modes in your heart. After enjoying on earth, you will come to my abode. Here, enjoying means not literally sense gratification. After living in this world and ruling over the kingdom for 3,000 Devata years, you will come to my abode. Since they could not see the Lord if they still had material gunas present in them. The sentence does not mean after having burned up the material gunas in your heart by bhakti, you will come to me. No, not like that. You live in this world for 10,000 years, but you are not disturbed by 3 modes. You remain transcendental to 3 modes, and afterwards you quickly come back home, back to Godhead. Because it was the instruction of your father to rule the kingdom properly. May you rule the kingdom appropriately with bhakti hard for 3,000 Devata years. No issue. It is said in the first canto, 6th chapter, text number 22, that Antasmin janmani bhavan mamam drashtum yaharhati avipakva kashayanam durdarshoham kuyoginam. When Narada boy was performing meditation, the Paramatma appeared for a while in the heart of the Narada boy, the previous life. And then Lord disappeared. The boy was trying to see the Lord again and again. Then Akashavani spoke. Akashavani said these words. Oh, in this body you will not be able to see me again. But lax practitioners with contamination remaining cannot see me at all. My dear Narada, since there is no contamination at all in your heart, I showed myself to you to increase your anchoring towards me. This is enough. The darshan which I gave you, that is enough to bring you to the pinnacle of anchoring. Like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, how he was behaving in Gambira. Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? Where are the gopis? Kutagela, Kutagela, Shamasundar. The Lord used to show him for a while and disappear. Then Mahaprabhu would cry. Same way for Narada Muni also, Lord showed for a while and disappeared. And Narada Muni was crying, where is the Lord? Where is the Lord? And he will not want anything else other than the Lord only. Lord said, this is enough for this life to keep you searching after me. For lack practitioners, for the contaminated devotees, I will never show myself to you. Just because I showed my darshan to you means you are already completely pure. Same way, the Pracetas are having darshan of the Lord. Lord is speaking to them. That means they are completely on the transcendental platform because they have followed the instructions of Lord Shiva. They performed tapasya for 10,000 years. How what more contamination will be there in a person like that person? They have no more contamination left. They are completely pure. That's why Lord is speaking to them. And Lord said, I will bless you for 10,000 years. You continue to rule the kingdom. And then you will come to me without any issue. In that way. Becoming disgusted with places having material identity, such as Brahmaloka, which are equivalent to hell, you will attain my abode. That means after 3000 Devata years, you will have no more interest in staying back in this world. Because your father ordered you to rule the kingdom, you will rule the kingdom for such a long time. Otherwise, you have no interest in ruling the kingdom. Because you want to follow the order of your father and also my order now, which I am giving, you will rule the kingdom for such long time. Afterwards, no more. One day also you don't want afterwards. That is the level of detachment you will have toward this world. And definitely will come to me without fail after that. That was the assurance of the Supreme Lord. So in that way. Now they might ask, you have told them to enjoy the earthly pleasures. Since this pleasure is equivalent to hell and unfavorable for bhakti to you, why do you force it upon us? So they are asking, why you are forcing us to stay in this material world for 3000 Devata years and enjoy all the facilities? No, 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 no. There is a danger. We may become attracted to all these. You may say we will not, but we are no guarantee. Anything can happen in the meantime. Please, please do not give us these material blessings upon us. Like that they may ask. But before they could ask, anticipating such question, Lord Vishnu is responding now. Lord Vishnu speaking in advance only. Gruheshu avishatam chapi
गृहेषु आविशतां चापि
pumsham kushala karmanam
पुंसां कुशलकर्मणां
madvartayamanam
मद्वार्ता यातयामानां
nabandaya gruhamata.
न बन्धाय गृहामतः. Translation: those who are engaged in auspicious activities in devotional service certainly understand that the ultimate enjoyer or beneficiary of all activities is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Thus, when one acts, he offers the results to the Supreme Personality of Godhead and passes life always engaged in the topics of the Lord. Even though such a person may be participating in family life, he is not affected by the results of his actions. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Here Lord is saying that no, 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 don't think like that. I'll tell you one thing. What is that? Householders who perform bhakti while spending all time in discussing topics about me are not bound by household life. Any householder who perform their household duties as an offering to Supreme Lord and continuously hear, discuss, and meditate upon Lord's pastimes, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, such kind of householders are never bound by household life. The material facilities and material opulences will never ever bind such people because they are always engaged in my Shravanam, Kirtanam, and Smaranam while performing their household duties. If ordinary household people are not bound by household duties, then what to speak of you, pure devotees? You will never ever be bound by material facilities and material appliances. Don't worry about it. Just take it, like that Lord is assuring. Kushalam Karmana means those who serve me, Bhakti. They pass their hours talking about me as a necessity of life. The meaning is this. Yata Yamana means their desire to hear Krishna Katha will never become old and what we can say, this is like foul smelling food. You keep keep the food like that for hours together, maybe a days together, 2 3 days later. What happens to the food? The spoils. The food becomes spoiled. So Yata Yamana means Madhvarta Yata Yamanam. Nam. Your desire to hear Krishna Katha will never be spoiled. It will remain. As long as it remains, such a person will never be bound in this material world. So in that way. In the Bhagavad Gita, the food in 3 modes. The food in the mode of ignorance, it is mentioned that Yata Yamam Puti Paryushatam. The food prepared 3 hours before is not supposed to be eaten because it gets spoiled. Because in a day there are 8 yamas. Yama means 3 hours. Yata Yama means that which is beyond 3 hours gets spoiled, something like that. Same way, their desire to hear Krishna Katha will never be spoiled. So it is always ever fresh. It remains ever fresh. That is what is considered here. That enjoyment which produces karma is the cause of bondage and is equivalent to hell. It is unfavorable for bhakti. It does not arise from my mercy. You should enjoy this earth. This is my mercy. The enjoyment which is obtained by one's karma will bind one in this material world. But the enjoyment offered by the Supreme Lord will never bind one in this material world. Like the 5 Pandavas. After Kurukshetra battle, they performed 3 Ashwamedha Yajnas. As a result of that, the kingdom of the Bharatavarsha became so opulent, the opulences are so overflowing, the entire world appeared that it is as good as just Satyuga began now. That was the kind of prosperity people were enjoying. It is said that in the Goshalas, the cows had so much milk, their udders are full of milk and they could not bear the milk. Early in the morning, before the calves were let loose to drink the milk from the udders of the cows, the milk would be flowing out of the cow sheds, the Goshalas. The milk alone would go to paddy fields and make the field wet. Grasses. They no need to wait for the rains. They need to wait for the canal water. The milk itself is so much. Every day, early in the morning, the milk would be freely flowing from the udder that would go and moisten the entire ground and produce all the green pastures. Even the daytime when the cows were walking on the roadside and in the fields, the udders were continuously down for the milk. the entire earth would be always moistened by the milk of the cows. That was the way the cows are happily producing lot of milk, and the mountains are giving lot of minerals, oceans are giving lot of jewels, the rains are coming timely. The rains would come only in the night time. They would never come in the daytime disturbing people. People would perform their duties daytime, and night time when they are resting, the rain would come only as much as required. Nothing more, nothing less. No ativrishti, no anavrishti. That was the way the kingdom of Yudhishthira Maharaj used to be. First canto describes all these things. Same way Lord says, though you are in Treta Yuga, your kingdom will be like that of Satya Yuga. Don't worry, better than Satya Yuga. So, because I am giving the blessings, I am giving the kingdom, I am giving all these opulences, you are never bound by such opulences. Because they are not a result of one's karma. The results of one's karma might bind one, but the results of one's bhakti will never bind one. That is the Lord's assurance. So take it, don't worry. Other types of enjoyment of the world restrict bhakti, but enjoyment ordered by me increases bhakti. Thus, it should be understood that this enjoyment is this is enjoyment arising from my mercy and does not cause bondage. Don't worry, take it. It's like that. Pandavas, but they are not bound. When Yudhishthira Maharaj heard that Krishna departed, Yudhishthira Maharaj also ready to go back home, back to Godhead. That is the way detachment they possess. In spite of having all the wealth more than that of Indra, they never interested in enjoying that wealth. So that is the devotee. That is the nature of devotee. And such wealth is given by the Lord, not obtained by one's own karmas. So like that. This is also seen in the case of Prithu Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Dhruva Maharaj, and Swayambhu Manu. My mercy towards persons who have not burned up material impurities is to take away their enjoyment. People are attached to wealth. I'll take away. Tadaham anugrahanami arishe taddanam shanai. When I want to show, I'll take away. So then, bereft of their wealth and thrown out of their homes by their family members, they will become attached to my lotus feet. That is my special mercy upon such people. So like that. Yasyaham anugrahanami arishe taddanam shanai tato danam tajat tasya svajana dukha dukitam. If I especially favor someone, I gradually deprive him of his wealth. Then the relatives and friends of such a poverty-stricken man abandon him. In this way, he suffers one distress after another, but finally, such a person will come to my lotus feet. Example is Avanti Brahmana in the 11th canto. Lord Krishna himself gives an example of Avanti Brahmana, what kind of lifestyle he led. So it is mentioned there. तावद्रागादयस्तेन तावत् कारागृहं गृहं तावन् मोहोङ्घ्रि निगडो यावत् कृष्ण तेजना. So this is a verse which Lord Brahma speaks in the 10th canto to Lord Krishna while he was offering prayers after Brahma Vimohan Lila. He says, my dear Lord Krishna, until people become your devotees, their material attachments and desires remain thieves. Till then, until we become devotees of Krishna, till then, all our material desires steal away our vitality of life, our lifespan, our energy, everything, they will steal away. Because if we have a desire, we work hard to fulfill that desire. Lot of time is spent in that. Lot of time is gone away in that. And that much time is taken away from our lifespan, wherein we can practice, we could have practiced bhakti for such long. That's why it is said that raga dayastena. Raga means desire or attachment. Our attachments are like the thieves. Tavat kara graham graham. Their homes remain prisons. Our attachment to our home will make us reborn in that same home again and again, life after life. That is like the prison house. If we don't have attachment to home, but if instead we have attachment to Krishna, we could have gone back home, back to Godhead. Since we have attachment, we remain, and their affection, feelings for their family members remain foot shackles. Yavan mohongri nigado. Moha means I am this. Mahamoha means these are my family members. Me and mine. That is Moha and Mahamoha. If we are bound by me and mine, we remain in their midst only. Yeah, I am human being and these are my family members. We again and again take birth in that same family, in the midst of same family members. That's all. One remains in the middle and one will never come back to Godhead. So these are the problems in the material world. But when one becomes a devotee, one is freed from all, will come back to Godhead instantly. And there is one more verse talks about discussing Krishna Katha in the second canto. Ayurarati Vaipumsham Udyan Nastau Chayannasau Tasyarte Vukritkino Etkshano Nita Uttama Shloka Vartaya. Both by rising and by setting, the sun decreases the duration of life for everyone, except one who utilizes the time by discussing the topics of the Supreme Lord. Except for those who continuously discuss Krishna Katha, for all others, every rising and setting of the sun will deplete their lifespan by 1 day. Their lifespan is by 1 day. But for a devotee, it does not matter. Since devotee is always in Krishna Katha, whether he lives here, whether he goes to spiritual world, he will continue to do the same thing. For a devotee, is already Jivan Mukta, is already liberated. So living in this world, because he is always engaging in Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, which is the activity of the spiritual world. So like this, these are some of the important points where the importance of Shravanam, even for a Grihastha or Brahmachari, Sannyasi, Vanaprastha, Ashrama or Varna does not matter. What matters is what we are doing with our time and energy and with our lifespan. If we are doing Krishna Bhakti, we are safe. We are not in safe situation. So like that. So that is how Lord is assuring, don't worry, don't worry, don't worry. These applets I am only giving and you are protected, you are saved. Don't worry. So in that way. Any questions?
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Your voice is not clear.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah, it is audible. Audible. My question is there in the Bhagavatam or lot of there are a lot of benediction are coming. If you are reading this, you are getting a love of Godhead. You are free from material desire. But despite that, when we are practicing, we are not getting that benediction, visible benediction. So what is the fault? Where is the fault? It is a fault in our faith or fault is in our because Lord is just like a Pracheta is telling ki there you can enjoy for three sas yuga, three sas demigod years and we will not be trapped in the material world. So where is the fault in our condition? We are hearing so many benediction in Bhagavatam by a lot of devotees, and I still we are trapped in the lot of material desire and this and these things.
The problem could be we are only listening, we are not doing anything. It is expected that whatever we listen, we should do it. Then only we get the blessings. Here, Pracetas are getting blessings after listening to Lord Shiva and after chanting the mantra which was spoken by Lord Shiva for 10,000 years. Then they are getting all these blessings. Without doing all these things, we cannot expect such kind of blessings.
But still, devotees are doing. We are also doing, but how I know how it is coming. Still, all devotees.
We are not doing. We are trying to do. We are endeavoring to do. We are chanting, but we are trying to chant attentively. We are not chanting attentively. Our mouth is chanting. Our ears, whether they are listening or not, we don't know, because mind is thinking about something else only. Yes, definitely we are trying to do something. Many times we are trying to hear. When we sit in the class, we are trying to hear. but in between mind goes here, there, and hands goes to open the mobile, see WhatsApp messages, this, that, etc. etc. Ye etamam prapadyante tamstave bhajamaham. To the extent we surrender, to that extent Lord reciprocates with us. So like that.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Sorry, I am discouraging you, but when you see here Bhagavatam Falashruti, the meaning of Falashruti means when we do like the devotee, we'll also get the same blessings which the devotee got. That is the understanding. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So we'll see the last verse spoken by Lord
Okay.
Vishnu. What Lord Vishnu is saying now? Now we have
Okay.
Drudaye
Means
Yajna.
that much we have to do. Then we will, whatever the Lord is promised, then we will get.
At least for us that much is not. That time, he could do Bhagavatam लेके जाओ.
Prabhuji, voice is not coming.
So what I am saying, Hare Krishna.
Voice is breaking.
Yeah, poor network. You are able to hear me now?
Very small,
No,
very
no,
little
Prabhuji.
voice.
No, huh?
Very low voice, Prabhuji.
Okay.
Now it is audible, Prabhuji.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Now it is audible.
So here, what Bhagavatam says is, at least in the past, their lifespan was long, so they could perform long tapasya. That is fine. At least for now, in this current Kali Yuga, we should pray that, my dear Lord, for this small lifespan, let me do bhakti very attentively. And afterwards, please take me back home, back to Godhead. Because the future is very fearful. I am not sure if I take birth, I don't have any guarantee that I will be able to practice bhakti or not. Let this be my last life. Let me practice bhakti as attentively as possible and come back home, back to Godhead after this lifespan. That should be our continuous prayer. By the way, today is the Rasa Saptami, one of the most auspicious day of the year. And today is the day on which Bhishma Deva offered his wonderful prayers, asking him that, I want to be with that Parthasarathi who was protecting Arjuna, standing in front of the Arjuna and protecting Arjuna always, who came down from the chariot and lifted the chariot wheel and came forward to kill me. I want to be in front of that Parthasarathi always. That was the desire of Bhishma, who offered that prayer today, and tomorrow he left his body and went back home, back to Godhead. Tomorrow is Bhishmashtami. It was the disappearance day of Bhishma Dev. Tomorrow. That should be our prayer. At least now, my body is good, my mind is good, my consciousness is good. Let me chant as attentively as possible. Let me practice as much bhakti as possible. Please, let this life be the last life and take me back home, back to Godhead. Even though my bhakti may not be complete, my bhakti may not be perfect, please accept it as complete. That should be our prayer. And especially today is the best day to offer our prayers. Please, let that be our prayer. And I also sincerely request each one of you to pray for me. And because, by the way, according to English calendar, January 25th is my date of birth. So request all of you to offer prayers for me.
Happy Krishna conscious year to you, Prabhuji.
So we should chant
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Bol,
Hari Bol,
Prabhuji.
Chant
Hare
Thank
Krishna,
you.
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna,
Wish you a happy
Mahamantra for
Krishna
you.
conscious birthday.
Please pray
So
to their
Prabhuji, we will
lordships.
chant one round of Hare Krishna Mahamantra for you. I request every
Yes.
devotee to chant.
Yes, Prabhuji. Sure.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
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 Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
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 Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare Hare.
Hare.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Please pray to the Lordship that all of us should practice bhakti for this lifetime. And this lifetime should be the last lifetime. Again, we should not take birth in this material world because the future is very tough, very difficult to practice bhakti in the future. Now, at least we got some good opportunity, and let us practice bhakti seriously now and wind up our business here in this material world. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhuji, tatastu.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you for the blessings.
हरि बोल माता जी का ब्लेसिंग्स मिल गया हरि
Hare,
बोल
Hare Krishna. So, we'll discuss this last verse spoken by Lord Vishnu. Let us see what he says. Navyavadrudaye yajna
Navyavadritaye
brahmaitad brahmavadibihi
Brahmaitad Brahmavadibihi
namuyanti na sochanti
Na Mukyanti Na Sochanti
narushyanti yato gata.
Na Rushyanti Yato Gata. Always engaging in the activities of devotional service, devotees feel ever increasingly fresh and new in all their activities. The all-knower, the super soul within the heart of the devotee, makes everything increasingly fresh. This is known as the Brahman position by the advocates of the absolute truth. In such a liberated stage, Brahma Bhuta, one is never bewildered, nor does one lament or become unnecessarily jubilant. This is due to the Brahma Bhuta situation.
So Lord is telling that those who have my darshan at least once, even for small time, like Narada Muni who had darshan of Lord Vishnu even for a few seconds in the heart, for them what happens? Na muyanti, na sochanti, na rushyanti. Yato gata, wherever they may be, however situation may be, but they will never be under illusion, they are never under lamentation, they are not unnecessarily in jubilation, something like that. That is what is indicated here. Those who have attained my form, that means those who have seen my form, those who have had darshan of my form, which is known as Brahman by the Brahmavadis, they are not bewildered, na muyanti. They do not lament and they do not rejoice, na sochanti, na rishyanti. Since I, full of knowledge, have entered their fresh lotus hearts. Because those who have practiced bhakti seriously for so long, those who had my darshan, I am seated in their hearts. Where I am there are no material ambiguities, no material illusion, no material lamentation, no material enjoyment. Everything is spiritual. Like this. 2 days back in our Telugu, second canto, 8th chapter, slokas, wherein Parikshit Maharaj, in order to inspire Sukadeva Goswami to speak more and more Bhagavatam for the next 7 days, he says, what happens by hearing Bhagavatam? Kalena nati dirgena Bhagavan Vishate. Those who regularly hear Bhagavatam with faith, attentiveness, and with endeavor, by such hearing, along with the sound vibration, the Bhagavan will also enter into their ear holes and enter into their hearts. When? Na ati dirgena, not after a long time. That means very soon. After small endeavor of hearing Krishna Katha, Shrunvato Shraddhaya Nityam Grunatastha Swacheshtatam. With endeavor, hearing regularly with complete faith, for such people, the Bhagavan will enter along with the sound vibration into their hearts very soon. How the Lord will enter into their hearts? Pravishta Karnarandrena Swanam Bhavasaroruham Dunoti Shamalam Krishna Salilasya Yata Sharat. The Lord will enter along with the sound vibration, enter into their heart and sit there. Bhagavan to already hai heart mein. Paramatma already there. But Paramatma is indifferent. Paramatma says, Samoham sarvabhuteshu name dveshyosti na priyaha. I'm equal to everyone. Whatever you want to do, I'm indifferent to what you want to do. I'm in yoga nidra. You are in your activities. You do in your mental activities. That is the Paramatma. But though Paramatma is seated in the heart, along with Paramatma in our heart, we have so much lust, so much greed, so much anger, lust, anger, greed, pride, envy, illusion, puja, la, pratishta, kanaka, kamani, pratishta, like that. So many material desires are there in the core of our heart. But when Bhagavan enters along with the sound vibration, when he goes inside the heart, he says, "Oh Paramatma, get up, बहुत हो गया अभी जाओ, इधर से निकल जाओ, दूसरी जगह पर जाके सो जाओ." So Lord wakes the Paramatma and sends him away, and he sits. When he sits in the heart, he looks around. Mountains are there: Kama mountain, Krodha mountain, Irsha, Dvesha, Asuya. Like this, so many mountains are there. Just by the glance of the Lord, all the mountains are completely destroyed. The heart becomes completely clean. Just like in Sharad Ritu, the water bodies become very clean. In the rainy season, all the water bodies are muddy. But in the Sharad season, the water bodies are crystal clear. Like 2 days back, we went to Kaveri Bath. Day before yesterday, we here in Srirangam went for Kaveri Bath. The water is less only. The water is up to your little more than the knees, up to the thighs. But the water is very pure, very crystal clear. We are able to see the bottom very clearly. Because the water in Sharad Rutu becomes clear. Because by Sharad Rutu, the rains are stopped, the water becomes clear. Afterwards, also water remains clean. We can see the base in the river or well or everywhere. No mud is there in that water. Same thing we saw yesterday that water is very crystal clear. We could see the underground. Like that, heart becomes crystal clear. There, the Jivatma can see Bhagavan very clearly. And such a person will never have na muyanti, na sochanti, na rishyanti, because Bhagavan is seated in the heart. That is what is indicated in this shloka. Where is the suffering or of bondage for those devotees? Because I reside eternally in their hearts to give them joy. My Swarupa is called Brahman by the Brahmavadis. But for devotees, I am Bhagavan. Those who have attained that form are not bewildered. They do not have illusion, they do not have lamentation, they do not have material joy. Since I, with full knowledge, go into or know always the fresh lotus hearts of those household devotees. Even though maybe anyone, but I will be seated in their hearts, and those hearts are pure, and they will never have any experiences. Jiva Goswami says the phrase means, I reside ever fresh in their hearts. Lord is always enthusiastic in the hearts of such devotees. Because such devotees are always enthusiastic to practice bhakti, there are no material lamentations, there are no material illusions, and there are no material enjoyments. What was given to them is all spiritual enjoyment. Just like when one goes to Vaikuntha, Lord gives them Vaikuntha opulences. For such devotees, even while they are in the material world, Lord is giving them Vaikuntha opulences. That is the understanding. So these are the words spoken by Lord Vishnu unto 10 Pracetas. That's why I said, na, 10 Pracetas are an example of a devotee beyond 3 modes. The testimony is Lord's speech. So this is the understanding. Hare Krishna. So with these few words, we'll stop here for today's class, because from tomorrow next verse onwards, the Pracetas are going to offer prayers. The next verse says that hearing the words of the Lord, the Pracetas begin to offer prayers. The prayers are beginning from 22nd to 42. The prayers continue. All these prayers are very wonderful. We will discuss them together in our next class. So till then, we will wait. But any questions now?
So the next class you are in Mumbai?
No, I'm not in Mumbai.
Okay. Okay.
So We have seen what were the words spoken by Lord Vishnu unto Pracetas, and next we will see what kind of prayers the Pracetas will ask. Pracetas will offer, and what kind of benediction they will ask. The prayers and the benedictions asked, spoken by Pracetas will indicate this person is beyond 3 modes. So that is the way we can understand. So it is like that. Okay, Hare Krishna, we'll stop here for today if there are no questions. Thank you very much. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्री प्रभुपाद की जय, अनंत
Jai.
कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की
Jai.
जय.
Jai.
Jai.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
So
Thank you.
please
Thank
pray
you.
for me and please pray for all the devotees. Today is a very special day. Bhishmadev offered his wonderful prayers unto Lord Krishna and also went back home back to Godhead tomorrow. Same way we should also pray the same thing. My dear Lord, this should be the last life of mine in this material world. Please take me back home back to Godhead and take all the devotees back home back to Godhead. That should be our prayer. We should go and all of us should go back home back to Godhead. Please pray.
Yes.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. So we'll meet in the next class. Then we'll continue with our prayers offered by Pracetas. Hare Krishna. Till then, thank you. Granthra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Antakoti Vaishnava Bhakti Prabhupada ki jai.